Introduction to the Brain by Christine. The first portion of the brain, the lower brain. The first portion of the lower brain I'm going to talk about is called the thalamus. It's the relay center for the cortex. It handles incoming and outgoing signals. All info goes through here and then goes to the cerebral cortex. This next portion of the brain is called the hypothalamus. It is basically responsible for regulating basic biological needs, such as hunger, thirst, or temperature control. The next part of the brain is called the amygdala. It's part of the limbic system, and it is involved in emotion and aggression. The part I'm drawing now is called the cerebellum. This structure coordinates fine muscle movement and balance. It's also known as the little brain. I'm about to draw the brainstem, the spinal cord, the medulla, and the reticular activating system, which includes reticular formation. The spinal cord is responsible for transmitting information between the brain and the rest of the body. It basically handles simple reflexes. The medulla is responsible for regulating largely unconscious functions such as breathing and circulation, things you kinda need to live with. The reticular activating system, which includes the reticular formation, carries stimulation related to sleep and arousal through the brainstem, which you also kinda need. This next part is called the hippocampus. It's a part of the limbic system that's involved in learning and memory. I actually ended up moving the amygdala so that it would fit with the hippocampus. This is the pituitary gland, also known as the master gland. It regulates the other endocrine glands. This segment represents the corpus callosum, also known as a bridge of fibers that passes information between the two cerebral hemispheres. Now I'm going to start segmenting the brain off to show the cerebral cortex. First, the frontal lobe, which happens to be the largest lobe. This includes the primary motor cortex, which controls fine movement like the fingers, the lips, and the tongue. This next piece is called the occipital lobe, which is located in the back of the head. This includes the primary visual cortex, which allows us to see. This part is called the parietal lobe, which is in front of the occipital lobe. This includes the area that registers the sense of touch, also known as the sensory cortex. This section is called the temporal lobe, which is located below the parietal lobe. This contains the area for audio processing, which helps you hear. This also helps you comprehend speech and language. These two are referred to as Broca's area and Wernicke's area. Broca's area plays an important role in the production of speech, whereas Wernicke's area plays an important role in the comprehension of language. The final piece is referred to as the angular gyrus. It helps to process language, numbers, and spatial cognition, as well as memory retrieval and attention.